from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. It is Monday. It is October 9th. What a weekend as far as weather here in South Texas.
It was beautiful. I can't believe I was wearing a sweater at 77 degrees thinking it was so chilly outside.
You're not alone. It's a harsh adjustment for a lot of folks, but welcome change. Of course, it is autumn, so it's always nice when the weather matches the calendar, Sarah.
We'll take it, Sarah.
Absolutely. When that pumpkin spice candle feels appropriate.
Finally.
That's what this weekend was all about, especially in the mornings when we got down into the 50s. This morning is just as beautiful, although a touch warmer. Take a look outside right now with live cam. You can see a few clouds out there. Absolutely gorgeous start to the day. 67 degrees, dew points pleasantly low in the 40s, humidity only at 52%. As you look at the forecast for the day today, another one for just enjoying time outdoors. Temperatures by noon going to be around 75 degrees. Then in the afternoon, a few more clouds, and we are going to get up into the low 80s today. So about 5 degrees warmer than we were over the weekend. 83 for the high right around 4 or 5 o'clock. And then tonight, skies are going to become cloudy after sunset. That's an indication of the potential for rain tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a bit. The only hiccup in today's weather, perhaps the pollen count. Molds are still high from last Thursday's rain that we got, but they are coming down. That's some good news. Ragweed, fall elm, and pigweed are low. So speaking of rain chances, we've bumped up rain chances to 40% tomorrow, especially south of Highway 90 and I-10, all because we're going to get a little bit of Pacific moisture. And even if you don't get the rain tomorrow, there's a strong chance you won't, we are expecting cooler temperatures because of cloud cover. Those details ahead for you in just a few minutes.
All right, taking a look at traffic now, taking you outside TransGuide traffic cameras, and really it's been just a lot of little things going on across the city, nothing major. We're still seeing this stalled vehicle there, southbound lanes of 35 at St. Mary's, but again, you can see that traffic's not being held up in any sort of way there, and traffic appears to be moving pretty smooth in that downtown area. So again, a lot of little things, nothing major. We do have a stalled vehicle being reported in northbound lanes of 281 at 1604, so if you're headed up to the Stone Oak area, then just kind of keep in mind that this stall is being reported there. All right, a little bit further south on the east side of town, we're looking at another stalled vehicle there, northbound lanes of I-35 at Splashtown. So basically right there at AT&T Center Parkway. But again, traffic maps showing that things are looking pretty good in that area as far as our traffic flow. Okay, do want to mention our gas prices because these are looking pretty good. If you're headed out and about, maybe it's a good time. Today would be a good time to fill up for the rest of the week. We have 305 here in Bexar County, a little bit more across the state at 320, and look at that compared to the rest of the country. 305 compared to 370. I would say that's a pretty good deal right there when you look at our gas prices. So make sure to stay safe if you're headed out and about. A lot of people are enjoying the day off here for the holiday, and just keep in mind all of those traffic rules and guidelines. Right, Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
RJ, good to have you with us. Thank you, sir.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
The Israeli government has formally declared war and is taking significant military steps to retaliate against Hamas for its surprise attack over the weekend. At least 700 people have reportedly been killed in Israel, including at least 4 American citizens, and more than 400 have died in Gaza. President Biden is deploying a U.S. aircraft carrier group to the eastern Mediterranean and rushing arms to the Israeli military in order to derail other attacks.
The Taliban says over 2,000 people have died after an earthquake hit in the west area of Afghanistan that makes this one of the deadliest earthquakes to strike the country in 2 decades. This situation is causing Washington to freeze about $7 billion of the country's international funding, crippling an economy already heavily relying on help because of its ongoing hunger crisis. The latest disaster follows a quake that hit Afghanistan in June this year, killing more than 1,000 people.
President Biden is announcing about 20 miles of wall will be built along the southern border with Mexico. That news coming years after he promised to leave the wall alone on the 2020 presidential campaign trail. Sources tell ABC News that almost 10,000 migrants continue to arrive at the border every day, putting a strain on resources in cities along the border and all over the U.S. And with no sign of those numbers slowing down, the Biden administration says they were forced to act.
Former President Donald Trump is dropping his lawsuit against his former attorney, Michael Cohen. Trump was set to be removed as part of the case today, but was delayed because he had to be at a different trial. Trump sued Cohen back in April for $500 million, saying he overstepped his boundaries as his attorney. The lawsuit was then filed after Trump was accused of charges dealing with hush money that Cohen was involved with.
Forbes did not include Trump on its newest list of the 400 richest Americans. The magazine estimates his value has gone from $600 million to an estimated $2.6 billion. While Trump has been facing legal bills, Forbes says it's actually because he's losing money from his social media platform, Truth Social, and his pricey office buildings. Forbes says Trump has lied about his value to their editors in an attempt to get on the lists.
ABC finance experts say Americans are breaking a record this year, with about 80% of people planning to participate in Halloween. The U.S. is expected to spend almost $5 billion on candy and more than $8 billion on decorations. For comparison, only $7 billion across the board was spent on Halloween in 2020.
New report from Slick Deals says 3 out of 4 Americans impulse shop, and nearly a quarter of people often spend more money than they actually have. And the price? The average American spends almost $6,000 extra dollars a year on things they didn't budget for. The biggest impulse buys are clothes and groceries, and 2 out of 3 impulse purchases happen in bed on a smartphone.
After no winner Saturday night, the jackpot drawing tonight is estimated to be $1.55 billion. This is the third largest prize in the game's history. It's estimated that over 1 million tickets have been bought for this jackpot. Lottery experts say the chances of you winning are about 1 in 293 million.
It's time for Halloween. McDonald's Boo Buckets are back. The spooky pails hold Happy Meals and double as trick-or-treat candy containers. The fast food giant has offered them sporadically for years, since 1986. They will be available starting next week. And that's today's 9 at 9. In other headlines this morning, United Auto Workers still asking for better pay and benefits from big car companies. They've been asking for almost 4 weeks now. The union's president is calling the strike a key moment for organized labor and helps bring attention to working people fighting against, quote, the billionaire class and corporate greed, end quote. The union is claiming a small victory after General Motors announced workers at new electric car factories will be under the UAW's national contract. There has been progress in talks recently, and that's signaled by no new strike targets as the new work week begins.
Big news for people looking to buy an electric or hybrid vehicle after this year. Starting January 1st, buyers of electric or hybrid vehicles can get U.S. government income tax credits at the point of sale instead of having to wait till they file federal income tax returns. The Treasury Department says buyers can receive up to $7,500. These credits are available under the Inflation Reduction Act.
American restaurant employment hit a major milestone this month, finally inching past pre-pandemic levels for the first time. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says food service added about 70,000 jobs in the last few months. According to the National Restaurant Association, that puts restaurant jobs at roughly 30,000 above the February 2020 number. Despite the job gains just announced, experts say the restaurant scene has changed radically since the pandemic. Data shows there were fewer restaurants in 2022 than in 2019, and that decrease could be permanent.
Today is Columbus Day, as well as Indigenous Peoples Day. From helping the Pilgrims survive a harsh winter to speaking in code that helped the Allies win World War II, Monday is a day to honor the contributions of Native Americans. It falls on the same day as Columbus Day, and it's a way to honor the people already living in the country when Christopher Columbus landed in 1492.
And with that, we want to let you know what's closed today. Banks will be closed today, along with mail services and government agencies like the DMV and library. But markets are open today, like the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Major retail stores will be open, but always check before running your errands today. The November election fast approaching, and so is the deadline to register to vote. Tomorrow is the last day you'll be able to register if you have to do so. There are 14 state propositions on the ballot this year. Early voting starts October 23rd, goes to November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 6th.
It's 9:06 and 66 degrees.
Coming up, Tiffany Huertas joins us live at USAA's main campus to talk about a STEM event that's changing lives even decades later. 11 minutes past the hour. Local students will be learning about coding, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence, among other technologies, out at USAA today.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from USAA's main campus off Fredericksburg Road with how this event changed the life of one USAA employee. Good morning, Tiff.
Hi, good morning. A lot of exciting opportunities here. What's really cool, one story, Zoe, who she's leading this coding class here this morning, she came here when she was just like 16 years old, and now she's an employee here at USAA. And to talk a little bit more about the opportunities this event brings, we have Alicia here. Good morning, Alicia. Tell me about what's happening here.
This is the USA Kidternship event, which we've been doing since 2015. This year we have approximately 300 kids that are participating across multiple locations. This specific class is on Scratch coding, and like you said, Zoe is the instructor. So we've had a couple thousand students go through this program since 2015, and this is the first time we've been able to host it on site since 2019 after COVID.
Today's itinerary, what other activities will they do?
They are doing cybersecurity, and they're also doing Scratch coding, introductions to UI and UX design, Python coding, and there's a huge expo with a lot of different technology opportunities for students just to look at 3D printing and other things that USAA offers.
And all of this is growing here in San Antonio and across our country, so the opportunities are going to be there for the students that are participating, correct?
Correct. Yeah, this gives students the opportunity to learn more about technology fields specifically, but opens up their eyes to what they can do in STEM.
What is your favorite part of today?
My favorite part of today is our tagline is creating possibilities for kids, and it's just really showcasing to them what they could do should they be interested in a technology field long term, and what the jobs actually look like within an organization as big as USAA, because there's not just one technology job. There's so many different facets to technology, but it opens their eyes to the different opportunities that they can take advantage of.
And the ages of the students that are participating here, they vary?
They do. It's actually 12 to 18.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to learn a little bit more and to go a little bit behind the scenes of the other activities that are happening today. We'll send it back to you for now.
Thanks, Tiff.
Thank you, Tiffany. Wow, I mean, we've been spoiled with the weather the last couple of days. I just want it to keep on being this beautiful outside.
Oh, it's fantastic. And what we'd like to do, if possible, is copy and paste to another couple of weekends ahead.
Well, thankfully for me, we do have a little variety to talk about in the forecast, including tomorrow. Guys, there's a decent chance for rain, especially for folks south of I-10 and Highway 90. That's where the better chance for rain is. So there's a lot to talk about in the forecast. First, I want to get you through your day today. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast for your Monday. Just all in all, a beautiful day. A little bit warmer than the last couple of days by a few degrees, but still with low humidity, temperatures are going to feel great out there. 76 degrees around noon. So in the lunch hour, have that lunch break outside if you can, because it's going to be beautiful out there. And then in the later afternoon, you'll notice that clouds will start to increase slightly. 83 degrees, 4 or 5 o'clock, and then tonight it's going to become cloudy after sunset. All a sign of Pacific moisture moving in and bringing at least a decent chance for rain tomorrow. Here's a look at your forecast highs today in your neighborhoods. 81 in Kerrville, 79 in Rock Springs, 87 in Del Rio, 83 in Cotulla, 84 in Canyon Lake, 84 in Gonzales, and it's going to be 83 in Beeville. Take a look at clouds and temperatures. Temperatures on the cool side right now in the 60s, even still in the 50s out in Uvalde. But notice that there's plenty of cloud cover south of San Antonio. This is all streaming in from the Pacific, actually, where we have a tropical storm. This is Tropical Storm Lydia. Tropical Storm Lydia is on the cusp of becoming a hurricane. It's expected to strengthen into a hurricane today, potentially even becoming a Category 2 hurricane before landfall tomorrow between about Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan before it falls apart across the mountains of Mexico. Now, it is going to be allowing for us to channel a little moisture into south central Texas. And so take a look at the futurecast. During the day today, again, clouds increasing after sunset. It'll become cloudy after sunset. Tomorrow morning, perhaps a few sprinkles, but really all of the rain should be well south of San Antonio by that point. Then around lunch and shortly after, notice how much of the rain really does fall well south of San Antonio during the the first part of the day. Cotulla, Beeville, perhaps even as far north as Pleasanton. It isn't until after lunch that we start to see a chance for rain in San Antonio. And again, you can see this. Clearly, the better chances for rain are well south of San Antonio. The areas in the hill country that are experiencing the most exceptional drought, unfortunately, a lot less of a chance for you to see rain tomorrow than areas like Pleasanton, Cotulla, Karnes City, DeWitt County, and the like. As we look toward the evening hours tomorrow, we will still have some rain out there. Again, mainly south of I-10 and Highway 90. That's where the highest rain chances are. Around San Antonio, likely going to be seeing for the north part of San Antonio into the hill country less than 1/4 inch of rain. Central San Antonio to south San Antonio, perhaps up to 1/2 inch of rain. And then toward Pleasanton, Pearsall, Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain, with the highest rainfall totals from Laredo to Corpus Christi, up to 2 inches of rain in those locations. So again, decent rain for some, it just depends on where you live. The further north you are, the less chance of rain you have through Wednesday morning. One thing that's good, though, is even if you do not get the rain, it's going to stay cloudy tomorrow. And so temperatures are going to be pretty cool, especially during the afternoons when we usually see a high temperature of 85 degrees. Our high in San Antonio tomorrow is likely only going to be 75 degrees. It'll be 73 in Kerrville, 73 in Utopia, 73 in Cotulla, and 78 in Gonzales. All right, take a look at your 7-day forecast because there's a lot of variety here. Again, a beautiful day today, 83. Cloudy tomorrow with highest rain chances south and only 75. On Wednesday, we're still going to be mostly cloudy, so our highs are not going to soar. We'll be at about 82 degrees on Wednesday. By Thursday, it gets pretty warm, close to 90 degrees and a little noticeably muggy out there. But before it can get too warm, a cool front moves through on Friday. That will set up another picture perfect weekend with cool mornings in the 50s, afternoons in the 70s, lots of sunshine, and what we're thinking is pretty great weather for the viewing weather for the upcoming solar eclipse on Saturday. More on that solar eclipse coming up in just a few minutes.
Haven't got your glasses yet. You still have time to get them.
You can still get your glasses, and I made those shadow boxes that you can view the eclipse, glasses or not. Check that out on KSAT.com.
The imagery that you were able to replicate inside that box was amazing.
The level of detail is pretty cool on those boxes.
It's a lot better than it looks. Like it looks like, oh, there's no way. No, it's amazing.
It probably costs less than $1 to make, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It was a cool experiment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 9:18, 66 degrees.
New partnership between a Bulverde Animal Shelter and Stone Oak Dog Groomer is giving a second chance to pets waiting for adoption. We'll tell you all about that after the break.
Through discounts and doggy makeovers, new partnership between San Antonio Dog Groomers and the Bulverde Area Humane Society is giving a new hope for pets waiting to be adopted.
KSAT producer MJ Einach gives us an insight into how this helps new pet parents and the impacts these heroes are making.
Through longing eyes and metal latches to big hearts across the Alamo City, San Antonio groomers heard the Bulverde Area Humane Society's cries for help.
They've offered to discount all of our adopters 20% on a groom at their facilities because we have a pretty extensive adoption packages with different things inside. We didn't have any grooming certificate, so I think it's going to be amazing.
A lot of the dogs that come in are matted and kind of don't look their best, so we try to work with the shelter so we're able to get them all nice and beautiful.
Northside's For the Love of Dogs Pet Boutique and Grooming is hoping through this partnership, new furry friends at the Bulverde Area Humane Society will get a second chance.
And I just did a dog named Scruffy, and he freaking got adopted, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks after I groomed him.
We had a dog that was in pretty bad shape. His name was Scruffy. And I was at the vet, and she overheard me talking about that the dog needed grooming. So she asked me to come by, came by, they groomed the dog. You couldn't even tell the difference between them. I mean, he looked so amazing.
We want to help him out and be able to get all the babies adopted because, there's so many that need loving homes.
MJ Einach, KSAT 12 News.
And San Antonio Pets Alive is asking for a donation, so just take a look at your screen. These are some of the things they need: laundry detergent, dish soap, paper towels, newspapers, blankets, pig ears, training treats, and pine sol. If you can donate, or you can ship or drop off the supplies at their location on Marbach Road, 9107, Suite 109.
And happening this Saturday, the 14th, the Children's Heart Foundation is hosting a family-friendly walk to raise money for congenital heart defects research. Happening at the San Antonio Zoo. Registration opens at 7:30, followed by an opening ceremony and then the walking event at 9 a.m. You can read more about this KSAT community event on our website.
Light the Night also happening this Saturday. It's a night to support Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Lee Wallman will be the MC for the event at Hemisphere. It starts at 6 p.m. Registration is free, open to everyone, and participants are encouraged to raise money to support the mission. If you can just scan this QR code right now on your screen, it'll take you to the KSAT 12 fundraising page where you can join the KSAT team and make a donation to help us reach our goal of $5,000.
9:25, 67 degrees. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including what you can expect this weekend with the eclipse headed right for San Antonio, with what our Eclipse Authority has planned.
Coming up, KSAT's RJ Marquez is here to give us the play-by-play of the football games from the weekend. Some good, some not so good.
It's hard to be a Cowboys fan. As we head to break, a quick check at the roads. Looks like there's that stalled vehicle that RJ mentioned earlier at 35 in St. Mary's. Please be careful and be safe if you're out and about today.
Welcome back. We are now going to take a live look at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, Israel this morning. Quite the crowd there. Security is tight. It is now just about 5:29 in the evening. The big story, of course, we are closely following. Israel declared war this weekend after a terrorist attack by the Palestinian militant group Hamas over the weekend. The eyes of the world are now looking to what will happen next.
So more than 700 are dead in Israel, including at least 4 Americans.
Meanwhile, Palestinian health officials report more than 400 killed and thousands injured as fighting continues for yet another day.
ABC's Justin Finch gives us an inside look into what's happening right now and what President Biden is saying about the situation.
This morning, Israeli forces unleashing relentless airstrikes targeting the Gaza Strip after formally declaring war in the wake of a surprise strike from the Palestinian militant group Hamas.
I don't know if you just heard that. That's the sound of a mortar coming in from Gaza. This is being fired by Hamas militants while Israelis are trying to deal with Hamas, not just across in Gaza, but also here, still inside Israel.
Israel pounding hundreds of targets in the Palestinian territory, retaliation for what's being called the worst attack on Israel in 50 years.
That is intolerable for any democracy. It's intolerable for Israel.
Over delete altitude restriction.
The U.S. mobilizing military assistance for Israel, deploying a carrier strike group to the Middle East, the Pentagon sending weapons and ammunition, and U.S. warships and fighter jets en route.
The United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back.
The White House pledging continued support for Israel while working around the clock with Palestinian officials and leaders across the region to stem the fighting.
I think it's not about all kinds of issues. It's not Arabic and Israelis and Jews. It's really about humanity.
Across Israel, families pleading for Hamas to release loved ones being held hostage, including young children and the elderly. Near the Gaza-Israel border, Hamas rockets targeting a music festival with many young Israelis attending. Officials reporting hundreds of bodies later recovered at the scene. In Gaza, city streets in shambles, a mosque leveled. This man says the attack scared the elderly, children, and women nearby. The State Department hasn't officially connected Iran to the Hamas attack, but a senior official says the agency isn't ruling out Iran may have had some influence. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
We do have an update to that. The death toll for Americans is now up to 9, and there are some unaccounted Americans at this time. So back here at home, Jewish leaders are inviting the community to stand with Israel during an event happening this evening. They say the past 48 hours have been heartbreaking. Roughly 10,000 Jewish people live here right in San Antonio. And the president of the Jewish Federation of San Antonio says the new war in Israel has heavily weighed on the Jewish community.
And it's going to be a time for us to be able to pray together, to be able to pray for the loss of life that's taken place, to pray for the hopeful return of the hostages that were taken, and to pray for peace, because ultimately that's all we're really trying to achieve.
So that vigil will be at Temple Bethel. It starts tonight at 6 p.m.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Switching gears, here was a rough weekend for many of our favorite football teams.
Yeah, Cowboys, Texans, Longhorns, and Aggies all lost over the weekend. RJ Marquez
Tough list,
is
RJ.
back to break it all down. Even your Texas State.
Even the Bobcats lost.
Yeah.
Did SFA play?
I don't know if they played this week or not.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yes. Well, maybe you are the one.
I'll check.
The one holdout. The one victory maybe got it. Actually, UTSA did win. We're going to show you a little bit of highlights of that as well. But yeah, guys, this is this is a safe space here. Let's let it all out here. The Dallas debacle. This was rough out there. So let's start there with the Cowboys first. Man, if David Sears were here, you know he'd be getting on that soapbox. Let's show some of these Cowboys highlights. Of course, the Cowboys back in the Bay taking on the 49ers, their old NFC rivals. Dak Prescott had been talking all week about how this was supposed to be some big revenge game. And then the Cowboys come out like this and just completely lay an egg. You saw one touchdown there from George Kittle. And then early on, the 49ers defense getting on top of Dak Prescott. There you see Nick Bosa there, one of the Bosa brothers getting on it. And then we have touchdown number 2 from Mr. George Kittle there. A complete breakdown from the Cowboys defense. Remember, guys, the defense had been carrying this team for the early part of this season, but not the case here. Now, this was the one highlight for the Cowboys throughout the night. That was a nice pass there from Dak to Kevontae Turpin to at least kind of get them back in the game, but Christian McCaffrey there ends the first half with a touchdown. Niners are up 21-7 at halftime. Let's show some quick second half highlights now, and here we go. It's a lot more of the same. 49ers moving the ball. They come out early on. George Kittle had 3 catches and 3 touchdowns. I would say that's pretty good right there. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns for the 49ers star tight end. And Mike McCarthy just looks completely lost there. Dak Prescott just throwing it up in the air, just a prayer not answered. San Francisco intercepts it. Okay, Dak Prescott taking a lot of heat this morning, guys. He's done. Go. Wow, Sarah's like, he's done. You're giving him the hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, it was not pretty. And look, a lot of people are piling on Dak today. I would say that now has come the time when I think the Cowboys need to kind of look themselves in the mirror here and realize that maybe Dak Prescott just is not going to be that guy, barring some crazy turnaround. Remember, Mike McCarthy is now taking over this offense, and they have not looked good leading up to this game, and this was just kind of a culmination of a lot of different things here. A lot of big mistakes here for the Cowboys in this game. They lose to the 49ers 42-10. This was supposed to be some big revenge game for the Cowboys. They fall to 3-2, and they are at the LA Chargers on Monday night next week. Tough loss there for the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see how Dak kind of bounces back and maybe see if the Cowboys can kind of turn things around. But again, difficult loss there for Dallas and that entire offense, defense. Okay, Texans, here we go. We mentioned the Texans did lose. They were playing in Atlanta yesterday. You see right there Desmond Ridder with a nice touchdown run there for the Falcons. Now here is kind of the silver lining. CJ Stroud looks really good. I really think the Texans have something special with this guy. The Ohio State rookie has been playing really well, has not thrown an interception this season, which is pretty incredible for a rookie. Bijan Robinson, the former Texas Longhorn right there, scoring for the Atlanta Falcons. But check this out. CJ Stroud drove the Texans down the field with about a minute remaining in the game. Houston had this game. They were looking for their 3rd straight win, but the defense, unfortunately, cannot hold the Falcons. And you see the game-winning field goal right there from Atlanta. Houston falls to Atlanta 21-19. So now the Texans are 2-3. But again, I really like the way the Texans are playing, guys. CJ Stroud has really come out and had a really impressive rookie season. So Texans fall. They play the New Orleans Saints at home next week, so that should be a fun one there. All right, we're just going to continue to go down misery road here. So the Cotton Bowl, let's check out these highlights. The Cotton Bowl, of course, first of all, this is an amazing scene. half split down the middle. We have Boomer Sooners and Longhorns filling up the Cotton Bowl. This was the 119th edition of this game. And you know what? This was an incredible game from start to finish. We're going to get you right now to the fourth quarter. Jonathan Brooks takes it to the house there for the Horns. They tie things up. They're down by 10, 27-17, but they tied up right there 27-7. And then, the game-winning drive from Oklahoma. Remember, Texas was up 30-27 at that point. They try and heave it down the field one last time, try and get one more Hail Mary. It does not work out. And Texas loses a heartbreaker here to the Oklahoma Sooners. An incredible day up there in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Again, 119 edition of the Red River Rivalry goes to the Oklahoma Sooners, but there is some okay news here. So Texas has dropped in the polls, probably out of the college football playoff for now, but they will likely see Oklahoma again in the Big 12 title game. Hopefully, the Longhorns can just run the table the rest of the way and take care of business the rest of the schedule, and then they could probably get a revenge game with Oklahoma later on in the season. But tough loss there. That was an incredible game, guys, from start to finish. You saw it all here on KSAT 12. All right, here we go. Sarah, I'm sorry, Sarah Spivey over there. We had to bring this one up, unfortunately. Yes, Kyle Field, the site of this one. So this was right after the UT-Oklahoma game. So what a doubleheader right here of Texas and Texas A&M playing here. So A&M jumped out early on the Alabama Crimson Tide. A big chance for them to upend Nick Saban and the Tide. They go up at halftime. They were up 17-10 at one point, and then they could not stop Alabama in the second half. Trey Burton there from Jalen Milroe. Actually, Milroe was a transfer from UT, and Milroe just kind of took care of business. Here they just kind of run out the clock, and the Aggies lose here to the Alabama Crimson Tide 26-20. Tough loss there. You know, Justin, I texted him after the game, and he was just distraught. I don't think it's the reason he's not here today, but still. but he was distraught. He was saying, you know what, Jimbo Fisher era, I don't know. He's sort of thinking about that there. I'm sure a lot of Aggies are also feeling. What do you think, Sarah?
We were out-coached.
Mm-hmm.
Jimbo did nothing to change things up in the second half.
Okay.
And Nick Saban did a lot.
Yep.
And we were out-coached.
Absolutely.
Straight
okay.
up.
Yes, definitely. Coaching mistakes. Yes. Coaching corrections. Texas A&M did not get it done. Mark, you have a question?
David Sears is watching. He wants to let you know Texas Tech won.
Oh.
They beat Baylor 39-14.
Oh, David went to that game. And I guess he was
We're
happy.
not going to worry about Texas
And
Tech.
SFA lost to Utah Tech?
Oh,
Question mark?
Okay, so it was rough all the way. See, if David was here, then he'd be definitely hyping up the Red Raiders.
Exactly.
But hey, we do have a local winner here. UTSA. All right, what a difference it makes with Frank Harris back in action here. The everything UTSA quarterback came up big for the Roadrunners. They win their first conference game in the American Athletic Conference. They take care of business there on the road. It was rainy. It was kind of wet out there in Philadelphia. By the way, that is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles that they were playing in. So cool experience for those guys. And UTSA comes away here. They had lost a couple of games in a row. Remember, Frank Harris had not played. He had been out with turf toe, but he looked great. Threw 3 touchdowns in this one. And UTSA starts their conference season with a 1-0 record. They actually host UAB this Saturday at the Alamo Dome. And fun little fact here, UAB's quarterback, his name is Jacob Zeno. He's a John Jay grad.
Okay.
And he's having himself a great year. So 2 San Antonio area kids, UAB's quarterback, Jacob Zeno, and of course, UTSA's Frank Harris, going to be at the Dome. Should be a fun one there as UTSA looks to go 2-0. So there was one win here, and I guess Texas Tech, sure, David.
Yeah, he got that out there. And it was cool last night. They were doing the lineups for the Niners-Dallas game. One of the Niners players
was
from
cool too.
UTSA.
Yeah, so Spencer Burford, one of the offensive linemen for the Niners, he's a UTSA and also Wagner alum. And also, don't want to forget Terrence Steele on the offensive line for the Cowboys. He's actually a Steele High School alum. Yes, his last name is Steele. He's a Steele High School alum. So yeah, a lot of local connections. Besides the losses, some good stuff to go around.
San Antonio represent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for the wrap-up, RJ.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, RJ. Take a look outside with live cam. 69 degrees. Just want to freeze the weather that we've been having.
I didn't have a horrible football weekend, though, because my Chiefs beat RJ's Vikings, but
Taylor Swift was not at the game.
No, but
someone's microphone's on and got the last word.
It's true. That's my strategy. Always be the one with the microphone on.
Nice.
The aquifer is up 0.2 of a foot over the last 24 hours. Hey, molds are high today, so that's the only hiccup in today's forecast. Otherwise, ragweed, fall elm, pigweed all low. Hey, we're 5 days away from the Ring of Fire annular solar eclipse. That'll be happening Saturday morning, October 14th. The moon will move in front of the sun, but will appear smaller, and so that's why there's a ring of fire. There will appear a ring of fire in the sky. It'll be moving through Texas, Midland, Odessa by about 11:45, through the hill country close to 11:50, San Antonio 11:52, and then in areas south of San Antonio by about 11:54. The whole eclipse process will be over by 1:33 rather in the afternoon. So we're close enough to where we can get a forecast for you. In the sky, there could be a few clouds, but generally great eclipse viewing weather. Temperatures will be near 70 and even drop a little as the moon moves in front of the sun. Just a friendly reminder, you can never look at the sun directly during an annular solar eclipse. You always need those glasses or a pinhole projector to view the solar eclipse. Hey, coming up in the forecast, I've actually increased rain chances slightly tomorrow. We'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. Mark, Sarah.
And do we have TransGuide here, MJ? No? Okay, jumping right ahead. It's 9:43, 69 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
If you still haven't put up your Halloween decorations yet, we'll take a look at an interesting one that has gone viral.
Halloween is quickly approaching and time is ticking to get those spooky decorations up.
I just put mine up this weekend, so if you're still in the market, a special decoration has recently gone viral. Just take a look. This isn't a jack-o'-lantern. This is an 8-foot-tall pumpkin-headed statue when his name is Lewis. And he has some words for people calling him a jack-o'-lantern. Just take a listen.
I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis.
Lewis.
My name is Lewis. That's so creepy. I love it. You heard him. Lewis is the unlikely breakout star of the 2023 Halloween season, racking up 36 million views this week alone on TikTok. He retails for $180. I believe he's at Target.
Yeah.
Averaging 4.9 stars out of 5 on Target's website.
Makes sense. Looked like he was in a Target in all those TikToks.
Yeah, you get it, Lewis. You do you. So if you're counting down the days until the eclipse like we are, then be sure to tune in with us. We're your Eclipse Authority this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. We'll have coverage of the eclipse right here on KSAT. If you want to see more of our stories leading up to the big event, just scan this QR code on the screen.
And again, I mean, it looks like we're going to have good eclipse viewing weather. I mean, a cool front is going to be moving through right on time to clear out skies.
Did you say you were going somewhere to view the eclipse? Are you going to Hill Country or no? You're just doing it here.
Yeah, I'll be here.
And you don't need to go anywhere in San Antonio.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
We're going to get great viewing.
Walk outside and look up.
Exactly. Exactly. And we've got maps actually on KSAT right now to show where you'll be if you'll be viewing the eclipse. So check that out. Okay, let's get you through your day today. Temperatures in the upper 60s right now, 67 degrees. Dew points are very pleasantly low in the 40s right now. It feels amazing and crisp out there. And looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we're going to be at 76 by noon. In the afternoon, a little bit more cloud cover and just a touch warmer than the last few days. Okay, we're going to be at 83 degrees this afternoon for the high temperature. That's about 5 degrees warmer than we were yesterday and the day before. But again, with low humidity, it's going to be hard to complain about those extra 5 degrees. Later on tonight, we'll be seeing cloudy skies by 8, 9 o'clock as some Pacific moisture is going to be moving its way in. More on that in just a bit. For now, though, here's a look at neighborhood highs. 81 in Bernie and Bulverde, 85 in New Braunfels. Seguin, you'll be at 84, 83 in Devine, 83 in Hondo, 84 in Bandera, 81 in Kerrville, 82 in Comfort, and 83 in Uvalde. It is, as I mentioned, pleasantly dry out there with dew points in the 40s. Take a look at the futurecast dew point. Most of the day today, again, dew points pleasant in the low 50s, upper 40s. It isn't until tomorrow that we start to notice a little bit of mugginess work its way back in. That's going to come with cloud cover and rain for some. In fact, tomorrow we'll have about a 40% chance chance in San Antonio for rain. Higher rain chances south of San Antonio, more like 60 to 70% south of San Antonio. And here's a reason why. Some Pacific moisture is going to work its way into south central Texas. Starting early tonight, again, we'll be looking at cloud cover increasing. Then by early tomorrow morning, most of the rain will be well south of San Antonio between Laredo and Corpus Christi, but we could have some sprinkles early in the morning hours. It isn't until after lunch that we start to see showers and storms, mostly showers, become possible, especially along and south of Highway 90. This is a snapshot at noon. You can see rain becomes more likely around San Antonio. As we look toward tomorrow in the evening hours, again, along and south of Highway 90 and I-10, that's the best chance for rain. There could be a few showers out near Rock Springs and Lakey, but generally, if you're in the hill country, your rain chances are a lot less than San Antonio. And if you're in San Antonio, your rain chances are a lot less than Pleasanton and further on south. Again, this is a look at tomorrow night, too. We'll likely continue to see some rain tomorrow night around San Antonio. So less than 1/4 of an inch for areas in the hill country, and even around San Antonio, northern San Antonio, northern Bexar County, about perhaps less than 1/4 of an inch, but southern Bexar County perhaps up to about 1/2 an inch of rain, up to an inch for areas like Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, Beeville, and then further south from Laredo to Corpus Christi. That's where really the bullseye of rain is going to be, up to 2 inches of rain from Laredo to Corpus Christi. Regardless of if you get rain tomorrow, it is going to keep temperatures down. Our highs tomorrow are only going to be in the 70s, and that's because we're going to be cloudy all day tomorrow. And then by Wednesday, 82, still mostly cloudy, so that'll help keep temperatures from soaring. However, on Thursday we'll be close to 90, but before it can get too warm, there's that front that moves through Friday. That'll knock temperatures down over the weekend. This weekend's weather is going to be a lot like last weekend's weather. Mornings in the 50s, afternoons in the 70s, plenty of sunshine, and I think great viewing weather for the solar eclipse. We'll be right back with more news after the break.
A couple of things right now to tell you about traffic-wise. One we can see, one we can't. This is southbound 35 at St. Mary's. We have a stalled vehicle on the shoulder. Normally that's not a big problem, but it's kind of tight through there where all the lanes kind of merge together and then diverge again. And then we do have an accident reported right now, northeast side, far northeast side, westbound loop 1604 at Lookout Road. A couple of lanes blocked out there. That one popped up, dispatched about 9:37, so not too long.
Only hiccup in the weather today, I think, will be if you're allergic to molds. Molds are high in the pollen count. Otherwise, it's going to be a great day. Temperatures steadily warming into the low 80s by this afternoon, and by tonight, clouds work their way into the forecast. That's all because of some Pacific moisture. It's going to be a cloudy day tomorrow with rain most likely along and south of Highway 90 I-10. So not everybody's going to see rain, but some will. 75 for the high tomorrow. And then by Thursday, we warm up to near 90. A front moves through Friday. We're in that time of year where those fronts move through almost cyclically, about every 7 days or so. And so this upcoming weekend is going to be wonderful. Lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s.
I'll take
Outstanding.
it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sarah.
Have a great day.
Have a good Monday, y'all.
I'll see y'all at noon.